traffic in sight, 309 Papa Alpha.
309 Papa Alpha, square off your base, turn to final to follow that traffic, runway 18, clear to land.
He's there, he's on final, we're good.
Helicopter 0 Golf Victor, 2 miles out.
Helicopter 0 Golf Victor, Roger, you're going to, tell you what, you're cleared to land on taxiway Alpha, which is right in front of the tower, and then you can hover taxi to your parking spot, which is going to be next to the blue Queen Air just north of Echo.
0 Golf Victor, okay, cleared to land at the taxiway Alpha, and we'll be parking near Echo.
Georgetown Tower, Saratoga 8175, November, 12 miles east-southeast, 3,500, inbound for landing with...
Saratoga 8175, November, Georgetown Tower, left downwind.
Came off a little late, though. Maybe that was it.
That might have been it.
And helicopter 0 Golf Victor, use caution for a Cherokee that is northbound on taxiway Alpha.
Okay, we'll be looking for the Cherokee, 0 Golf Victor.
Tomahawk 62 Charlie, turn your downwind, maintain VFR at or above 1,800.
VFR about above 1,800, 50 Charlie.
705 Mike Foxtrot, your left turnout's approved.
Left turn out approved, 50 Mike Foxtrot.
Cirrus 50 Mike Foxtrot, thank you.
Georgetown Tower, Archer 302 Golf, wind short, runway 18.
Archer 302 Golf, Georgetown Tower, short runway 18, traffic short final.
Hold short, runway 18, 02 Golf.
$600.
Apps available.
0 Golf Victor has the Cherokee in sight.
Helicopter 0 Golf Victor, thank you. Helicopter 9 or Cherokee 9 Pop Alpha, continue down to runway 11, turn left at 11 and contact ground.
Turn left 11, contact ground, 309 Papa Alpha.
Alright, good. Set the autopilot and take us to call station.
Okay.
Tomahawk 62 Charlie, base approved, runway 18, clear to land.
Clear to land, turning base, 62 Charlie.
Great. Patrick, well, once you got the stuff set up, go ahead and put it on your puggles.
Okay.
Cherokee 98 Golf, are you still upwind?
We just turned crosswind. We got the traffic that was in front of us that we're following.
He's continuing on to the east. You can continue your left turn on down to the downwind.
Okay, Foggles are on.
Continue left on downwind.
Alright,
89
excellent.
Georgetown Tower, Aerostar, 7542, Sheraton North, information, November landing.
Before you move into navigation mode, keep going on this heading for a brief moment just to get away from this traffic coming into us.
Okay, yeah.
Australian final 18420.
Saratoga 75 November, turn left, suggest heading 260 to widen out your turn to the downwind for traffic.
Left 260, 75 November.
Cherokee down to 8 Golf, I will call your base turn. You're going to be following an Aerostar on a straight.
I got him in. I have him in sight. He's crossing our wing. No factor. You can go direct call station now.
Eight Golf, midfield for touch and go.
898 Golf, Roger. You're going to be number 2, following the Tomahawk on about a 1 mile final.
Looking for traffic number 2, 898 Golf. Eight has a Tomahawk in sight.
Saratoga 75 November, you can turn northbound for your downwind.
Turning north, 75 November.
Cherokee 98 Golf, follow that Tomahawk on about a half mile final there, runway 18, clear touch and go.
We'll follow the Tomahawk. We got him in sight. Clear touch and go. Runway 18, 898 Golf.
Saratoga 75 November, as you turn downwind, you can plan to extend down. You're going to be following an Aerostar, turning a 5 mile final straight in.
Roger, we'll be looking 75 November.
42 Sierra, runway 18, clear to land.
You want to go 3,500 or higher?
35's gonna be fine. I don't think we're gonna make it to 5,500.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Yeah. According to the Cirrus, there's somebody else 1,000 feet below us. I'll keep looking for him.
Okay.
Saratoga 75 November, year number 3, following Aerostar, 4 mile final.
Number 3 following the Aerostar, 75 November.
Mach 62 Charlie, turn left there, Juliet, and contact ground.
Juliet, contact ground, 62 Charlie.
Number 7, who's number 1 at the whole line up there?
02 Golf.
Number 02 Golf, what's your on-course heading?
Pattern work.
Okay, I'll have you roll here in just a second.
Roger that, 02 Golf.
Alright, we're in cruise.
Very nice. Now, Patrick, I want you to take the controls from the autopilot, and I want you to get set up for a power off stall.
A power off stall?
Power off stall, that's right.
And Cherokee 02 Golf, get ready to go. When I clear you, you're going to go right around the corner and go.
Roger that, 02 Golf.
And there you go, 02 Golf without delay. Fly runway heading, runway 18, clear for takeoff. Traffic's an Aerostar, 2 mile final.
No delay, runway 18, clear for takeoff, 02 Golf. 898 Golf, going around.
Alright, do you want me to
898
stall
Golf,
it?
Roger,
Yep,
your pattern
bring it to
won't
the
be
full
quite this
brake.
big.
I want to see how you handle the full brake with the goggles on.
Cherokee 898 Golf, make right, close traffic.
Stall. Stall.
Right
Stall.
traffic, 898 Golf.
Stall. 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 Stall.
Alright, not bad at all. Not bad at all. Now what I want you to do next is hold this altitude, cruise it out. We're going to be doing some steep turns, but before we do that, turn off the stability and protection on the airplane.
Okay.
So it doesn't get you out of your 45-degree bank.
Georgetown Tower, verify pattern, direction, 02 Golf.
Cherokee 02 Golf, follow the company Cherokee upwind in right traffic for this pass.
Is it not responding right now?
Yeah, it's not responding.
Cherokee 02
It's alright,
Golf,
focus on flying the airplane. Let me see if I can have a go at it.
Yes, eyes on traffic, 02 Golf.
Roger.
Georgetown Tower, Archer 818.
There we go, auxiliary page.
9 miles.
System setup.
Up to.
There we are. Took a little bit of doing, but eventually it
Archer 891,
figured it out.
0624.
0624, 891.
Georgetown Tower, King Air 116 Tango X-ray, City on GPS 18.
King 116 Tango X-ray, Georgetown Tower, runway 18, clear to land.
18 clear to land.
Alright, continue going forward, and once we cross over this guy, we're going to go back down to 3,500.
Okay.
Eight 898 Golf, midfield, they're touch and go.
898 Golf, I'll call your base turn.
You'll call it base turn, 898 Golf.
I got him inside, he's leaving the bottom of our wings. You can start descending down to 35.
Cherokee 891, fly westbound for your base entry to runway 18.
Flying west, base entry, 891.
Caravan 8 Mike Victor, Georgetown.
Go ahead.
Just want to make sure you're up and ready.
We are ready. November 73 Max.
Aerostar 42 Sierra, contact ground 119.12.
Alright, not bad. Hold 3500, and then once you're settled, you can start those steep turns.
Okay.
Saratoga 75 November, you can turn left on Juliet and contact ground 119.12.
West on Juliet, switching to ground, 75 November.
Caravan 728 Mike Victor, turn left heading 100, runway 18 clear for takeoff.
Left 100 clear for takeoff, November 78 Mike Victor.
Cherokee 98 Golf, right base approved, runway 18 clear, touch and go, then resume left traffic.
Right base approved, touch and go, and we'll resume left traffic, 898 Golf.
Cherokee 02 Golf, you're going to extend your downwind following a King Air on a 6-mile final, straight in.
Looking for traffic, extending base, it's extending downwind, 02 Golf.
Cherokee 8981, turn right, suggest heading
Fairly good. Let's try one to the right as well.
Yeah, I was just going back to my original.
Oh yeah.
Marked it.
King Air looking for traffic. Georgetown Tower, Cirrus 1144 Golf, holding short, runway 18.
Alright, let's pull up that green crosshair back to the horizon.
Cirrus 1144 Golf, Georgetown Tower, hold short, runway 18.
Hold short, runway 18, 1144 Golf.
Eyes on traffic, 02 Golf.
No, 02 Golf, you're going to extend down, you're following a King Air on a straight in.
That was
Turbulent.
traffic. It's okay, 02 Golf.
It sure is.
Caravan 8 Mike Victor, heading 100, contact Austin.
I don't like it well though. Hopefully we get to meet our own wake once we're back on heading.
Number 81891, the King Air you're following is 11 o'clock and a mile and a half straight in, descending out of 2,300.
Got a little sink there at the end, but
Yeah. Well, we salvaged it.
Cirrus 1144
Also,
Golf without
I guess
delay,
because of the
following
updrafts along the lake, any wake that we had just probably got blown out. It was
Yeah.
fairly good. It was fairly good. I liked it. Alright, good. I want you to reset the autopilot and continue going to College Station.
Number 02 Golf, I will call your base turn.
You'll call base turn, 02 Golf.
Cherokee 891, turn your base now, runway 18 clear to land.
Turning base 891, clear to land.
Georgetown Tower, come back 2462 Charlie, holding short at 18.
Now it looks like you're putting the autopilot on a climb there. I think you want to descend a little.
Roger, hold short.
Hold short, 62 Charlie.
oops.
You had it the right way. VS, you just want negative 300.
Yeah. That's what I meant to do.
King Air 6 Tango X-ray, runway
Alright,
18,
great.
you are clear to land.
Go ahead and set up your airplane so we can follow the VOR at College Station towards it. So essentially I want you to take me from current position to the College Station VOR.
Okay.
Okay, Cherokee 02 Golf, you are looking for a Cherokee at 2 o'clock and a mile and a half, left base to final, 2000.
Following Cherokee, eyes on traffic, 02 Golf. 898's going around.
Cherokee 898 Golf, roger, resume left closed traffic.
Alright, you're going to notice that right now the autopilot has gone into roll mode, mostly because when we took away its GPS it got confused. So let's reset that navigation mode so we can follow the VOR.
Cherokee 02 Golf, right base,
There it is.
runway 18, clear touch and go.
Clear touch and go, runway 1802 Golf.
It's a little turbulent, but the autopilot's going to handle it. It's going to keep going direct to College Station. And now that leaves us time to think of other stuff. For example, how far away are we from the VOR?
Charlie, just verify you're in the you're going to be in the pattern, right?
Yes, touch and go, 60 Charlie.
All right.
43.9.
Alright, good. And let's see what the plate says here. Want to end up being 14 miles away from it.
182 Tango Juliet, what's your direction flight?
We're looking good.
Okay.
And King Air 6940 Bravo, already in sequence.
Air 694 Juliet Bravo, roger.
So, I like the way you've inspired us. Let's go ahead and do that DME arc, and then let's intercept the final localizer. We're not going to follow the localizer all the way, we're just going to get it nice and set up, and we're going to run along with it. Which, like I said before, is going to be very similar to what you're going to be seeing on your stage 1 check.
Well, can we land there so that I can get the cross-country in?
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, anytime I can get it,
Might as
I'd
well.
rather get the hours, right?
Absolutely. Now, if you do want to land there, let's actually go ahead and get the weather so we can ensure that they are landing 17.
Okay.
November 182 Tango Juliet, you pull up to the whole line, whole short runway 18.
2 Tango Juliet, pulling up.
ILS runway 35, back course runway 17 out of service. Again, information for FTC NOTAM available to Houston approach 134.3. Caution, birds in vicinity of the airport. Eastwood Tower, information, Foxtrot. Eastwood Tower, information, Foxtrot 1853, Zulu weather. Wind 180 at 6, gust 15, visibility 10, sky condition 4,900 scattered, 5,500 broken, temperature 340.22, altimeter 3006. RNAV back course approach is in use, landing and departing runway 17. NOTAM, ILS runway 35, back course runway 17 out of service. Again, information for FTC NOTAM available to Houston approach 134.3. Caution, birds in vicinity of the airport.
That's unfortunate. I guess we can still do
Does
the
that
arc.
mean the ILS isn't working?
Yeah, it definitely does sound like it.
02 off caution.
We can still try it because we're VFR, you know, on the off chance that it might be working, but it sounds like it's not working currently.
Roger that, 02 Golf.
Okay, I've got a tower plugged in and ground in case we need it.
Alright, good. Good. And let's see, how many miles do we have? We still have about a couple of miles before we reach our arc. Basically, we practice a power on stall before we get there.
Okay.
So on this current heading, you can disconnect the autopilot. Go ahead and show me a power on stall.
You want it at rotate speed, right?
You do. So keep holding your altitude until you get it back to 76. There it is.
Stall. 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 Stall.
There's the
Stall.
buffet, there's the brake.
Stall. Stall. Stall.
Alright, very nice recovery. One thing I do have to say is, and I think you noticed it, is you don't have to go full power on the Cirrus. You
Yeah,
can go
I
to
pulled
65.
it back, yeah. I remember that, because it's hard to make this thing stall full power.
It is, yeah. It's a lot of power. I saw that you noticed it and pulled it back. Alright, nice, nice.
Back to cruise.
Back to cruise. I think that's about all the basic attitude stuff we could do. I think now we can actually start getting ready for this DME arc. forget to disengage your flaps now that we're cruising.
Oh yeah.
Alright, good. So let's plan on doing the 1.7 again on the off chance that it does work. It most likely won't, but that's gonna be alright. We'll just break off. If the ILS doesn't work, then we'll just take off the foggles, we'll come in and land, and then we'll do some other approaches elsewhere.
Right. We should still be able to land, just not the ILS, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm actually gonna listen to the weather one more time. I missed a couple parts of it.
Landing and departing runway 17. NOTAM. ILS runway 35, back course runway 17 out of service. Again, information for FTC NOTAM available to Houston approach 134.3. Caution, birds in vicinity of the airport. Eastwood Tower. Information, Foxtrot. Eastwood Tower, information, Foxtrot 1853, through the weather. Wind 180 at 6, gust 15, visibility 10, sky condition 4,900 scattered, 5,500 broken, temperature 340.22, altitude 3016. Clear for takeoff. RNAV back course approach is in use, landing and departure.
It's kind of bizarre how even if the localizer's out of service, they'll still say on the ATIS localizer back course 17 in use.
Yeah, I know.
I guess they're also including GPS, so that kind of mitigates it.
Want to turn those back on or no?
ESP? Nah.
No.
We're not going to be planning on doing anything else risky, so
Okay.
might as well turn it off. Alright. So, Patrick, talk me through how you're going to do this DME arc.
So at 14, I'm going to do a 90-degree turn to the left, and once I do that, I'm going to try and stay at 14 around to 166 on the 2.
Right.
I forget what it is. It equates to maybe 350 or 346.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to go tune 10, turn 10, till I get to 346, and then I'm going to do a 90-degree turn onto final, extended 14-mile final.
Right. And something I wanted to point out is you don't have to wait all the way until you're on 346. Mostly because if you wait until you're at 346 to turn, you're going to overshoot it.
Right.
So according to the plate, we can break off as early as 344.
Okay.
So whenever you get that 344 radio from the VOR, that's when you want to swap on over.
Then once I start turning 344, I can go ahead and put on the localizer, assuming it works.
Yeah. And at the very least, it looks like the VOR works.
Yep.
Localizer is yet to be seen.
Go ahead and turn this off since we're not landing.
And right now that we have a moment, can you look downstairs to see if, let's see, I actually remember which one it is. GPS, down it, should be, there we are. Alright, we're gonna need that for later, so we can simulate some partial panel stuff.
Okay, yep. So a data path has failed, that's because of the switch, and that's the...
Yeah. So it's very...
AHAR is 1.
Exactly. It's working its way. You can see it's already swapped a lot of the stuff to air data computer 2. And AHAR's 2.
Alright, clear for takeoff, 17, left turn out approved, so that's the 940 uniform.
here comes 20 miles. Got another 6 miles to go.
Yep. So I'm going to go ahead and just start flying it.
All right.
Trying to get down to that 120 speed.
Tower, good afternoon. Roughneck 33, hold short 17 on Alpha.
Roughneck 33, Eastwood Tower, runway 17, fly runway heading to 3000, clear for takeoff.
Alright, we'll be runway heading to 3000, clear for takeoff, runway 17 for Roughneck 33. Army 00256, hold short, runway 17, ready for departure.
Army 00256, Eastwood Tower, hold short of runway 17, awaiting IFR release.
Holding short 17, Army 00256.
Alright, here it comes.
Roughneck 33, Houston 134.3.
Alright, Roughneck.
You do it about a mile before or start the turn?
Yeah.
Okay.
A smooth turn a mile before typically does it. Maybe not today. That's alright, we'll just crab towards the arc a little.
256, runway 17, fly runway heading to 3000, clear for takeoff, wind 120 at 7.
Runway heading, and clear for takeoff for Army 3000, Army 00256.
Alright, not bad. Nice direction. Now, as you do this arc, go ahead and descend to 2,300 feet on the altitude.
Okay.
Eastwood Tower, Debonair 953, Quebec, at Aspen Aviation with Foxtrot, taxi for takeoff to the northeast.
Ground 128.7.
Easterwood, ground, Debonair 905.
Altitude.
It was 2,300 on your altitude. Alright, not bad. Nice corrections. Distance looks good at 14 miles. What we have to do is keep track of where we want this to end. And again, that's going to be the 344 radial. Yep. Once you cross that, we're going to try our luck with the localizer.
Army 256, Houston 134.3.
Houston 134.3 for Army 256, yep.
Alright, and Patrick, just talk me through it. How are you going to know when you reach the 344 radial?
This is going to be on 344.
Alright.
So basically I'm getting pretty close to turning in. I go to 340 and then can I go ahead and turn or halfway after?
For 340?
Yeah.
Since it's so close to 344, I would just, instead of stopping at 340, I would just take it all the way to 344. 344, yeah.
Okay.
Especially in an airplane like the Cirrus, where it has the bearing pointer and you always have a pretty good idea as to where the VOR is, you can afford to skip ahead maybe 5 degrees or so.
Right. I feel like I'm getting a little bit better with these too, as far as keeping my distance.
I think you definitely are. I haven't seen it gone past 0.1. You know, that whole like 1.2 mile berth you have,
yeah,
we're using a very narrow amount of that, so that's pretty good.
538 Quebec Eastwood Tower, runway 17, left turn out, clear for takeoff, wind 160 at 9er.
I-3 Quebec, cleared for takeoff 17, left turn out.
Eastwood Tower, flight check 85, we're about 20 miles to the northwest, and we're coming inbound to inspect the ILS 35 again. And we'll start with ILS holding patterns, starting at about 10 miles at approximately 1,700 feet.
Flight check 85, Eastwood, roger.
So once this lines up, then I'll do my 90 degree, or should I start early?
So once that lines up, that just means that you're crossing that radial.
Crossing that line, that's when I can turn.
Yeah,
right?
and what that should trigger us to do is that should cause us to swap over to the localizer at that point.
Right.
And then the localizer is what's going to guide us the rest of the way in.
Yep.
Keep a little bit of an angle towards it. That way we fully intercept it.
968 limit.
And let's also make sure it's on the proper course, because I believe the proper course for this was 346.
Hold short 1A17.
Yeah.
8 Lima Tango.
So it's backtrack, so I gotta go further, right?
So, first of all, I'm going to go ahead and push the course, and I'm going to swap it to 3, already was, excuse me, 346. Now, the Cirrus will actually correct for your backtrack, so you actually still do want to go to the left.
Okay.
All that backtrack that you've been hearing about, that's only if you set it the other way around.
Oh, okay, right.
And when I say the Cirrus relay, I mean most glass cockpits. If you set it up like this, it will show you the right direction. It looks like it's working decently well. I guess the accuracy just isn't to the degree where you can actually shoot a reliable instrument approach in.
Right.
It's actually coming in. Alright, so we follow that line. Theoretically, there's going to be a magic point where we pop out of the clouds and there's going to be a runway in front of us.
Right. Do you want to make the radio call, or you want me to do it?
Go ahead and do it.
That's Easterwood, right?
Easterwood Tower, yeah. You don't have to tell them anything about the localizer, just tell them you're 12 miles north, you want to touch and go, and then departure back to the west.
Okay. Just get set up here.
Sure.
Lost some power there.
Yep.
Easterwood Tower, Cirrus, November 50 Mike Foxtrot, inbound for a touch and go, and we'd like to depart to the west after our touch and go. We have information, Foxtrot.
50 Mike Foxtrot, Eastwood Tower, squawk 5374.
5374, 50 Mike Foxtrot. So let's go to transponder 5374.
Alright, Lima Tango, Houston 134.3.
134.3, 8 Lima Tango, have a good day.
Switch tanks.
Alright, nice.
Put on our landing line.
Like once you saw that sensing and you thought it was reverse sensing, you must have thought you overshot the course, didn't you?
What's that?
If you thought that was reverse sensing,
yeah,
you must have thought you overshot the course.
I did, yeah.
No. In fact, it was the opposite. We still needed to go a little bit straighter on the heading so we can intercept and then track it in.
Right, so definitely that, I was thinking that cutoff wouldn't have been enough.
Mike
But
Foxtrot, just keep your speed up for me. I may have to break you off. We've got flight check in opposite direction going to be in progress here shortly.
speed, we keep our speed up, 50 Mike Foxtrot.
Alright, looks like somebody's departing his airspace. Maybe tells us to brake.
Okay, Ops 1, Eastwood Tower, hold short of runway 17.
Hold short of 17, Ops 1.
962 Lima Tango, Eastwood Tower.
Maybe tells us to break off, we'll just break off.
Just about ready to,
Okay.
Okay, how much more time do you need?
And you can start going down to 1300 pattern altitude.
We're ready to go now.
962 Lima Tango, runway 17, turn left heading 040, climb into 3000, clear for takeoff.
040 and 3000, clear for takeoff, runway 17. Let me think of.
Can I remove the foggles now?
Yeah, go ahead and remove the foggles.
Okay.
Nice job, there's the runway, let's get our touch and go.
We're hauling butt.
Yeah. Alright, just be careful with that yellow line. Definitely don't want to get into it with winds like these.
Right.
And hold pattern altitude for a while longer, hold 1300.
Okay.
Don't want to get too low too quick.
Yeah.
Mike Foxtrot, clear touch and go, runway 17. Again, just keep your speed up for me, please.
Keeping speed up, touch and go, clear, touch and go, runway 17, 50 Mike Foxtrot. Alright, so when can I cut the speed then?
Well, whenever they tell me something like this, I like to do it at 2.5 miles out, and we're still 4.5 miles, so give it another 2 miles.
Okay.
Alright, make sure your fuel pumps off, proper tank.
Eastwood, altimeter 3004.
Bring some speed back by now, right?
Yeah, you can start slowing down now. Yeah, bring the power back to 25.
Return, Houston 134.3.
There we are, 2.5.
4.3, 2 let me tango, see ya.
First notch of flaps, nice.
Hey, 0 Mike Foxtrot, I'm sorry, sir, I need to break you off of that touch and go. They're turning their flight check in opposite direction. I've got to get you off the approach.
Okay.
Alright, what way would you like us to break?
Where are you headed?
West.
West?
Okay, right turn to the west, sir, and I'm sorry we weren't able to work it out for you today.
Okay.
Right turn to the west. We come back for this or no?
We got close enough, we'll call it.
Okay.
We'll call that cross country. I wonder what they're doing, departing to the north. Alright, going west, go up to an altitude of 4,500. Keep the foggles off for now just so we can see the clouds and how far we want to be.
Okay.
And then we'll do a set of compass turns.
0 Mike Foxtrot, you can squawk 1200. Have a good day.
Squawk 1200, have a good day yourself. 50 Mike Foxtrot.
2 Lima Tango, Houston 134.3. And Ops 1, I've got that Challenger flight check on about an 8-mile final for the run on the ILS, and we'll try to get you out there.
Ops 1, copy 6.
There's the guy that broke us off for.
Yeah.
It's a very bizarre way of coming to join the pattern. I'm wondering what type of limitations he has on his equipment.
Is he like a C-130? I've seen those land there before.
Yeah, I guess so. I know it sounded like he was specifically doing the ILS, which I guess is exclusive to that runway, but it's a weird day to be doing an ILS.
Right.
Especially when it's going for the opposing runway. Oh well. Nice job. I think you did really good. And your DME arc was super tight. You kept it within like 14.1, 13.9. You kept it right there where you wanted it.
Right. Yeah, it felt good. I'm really starting to get the hang of those now.
Yeah. Instrument's going to be super easy, Patrick. Super easy. Yeah.
You want to go to Temple now? Can we do that?
We can start going on our way to Temple so we can get the experience.
Yeah.
And you can set up your GPS like that.
It's direct KTPL.
And we're going to have to swap it back to GPS mode.
Yep.
Ops 1, you can proceed down runway 17, cross runway 11.
I'll proceed on 17 and cross 11, Ops 1.
Okay, AWAS is 134.975. ETAF is 123. leave it here for right now, but switch it over when we get closer.
It's kind of good that we're leaving call station where we are. It looks like there's some convective segments coming in. Looks like by 3 o'clock it's predicting some rain, although I don't see any yet.
So do you want to keep the foggles off for now or put them back on?
Yeah, let's go up all the way to 4,500 and then we'll put them back on.
My last flight, you forgot to write down the simulated hood. You did everything else. We did a 2.5 hour flight. I estimated probably 2 hours.
Yeah.
But
did I? Or, well, I'll write it down when we come back.
Yeah, I didn't put it in the book. I put it in the here as I did 2 hours, but...
Thank you for pointing that out. Yeah, we'll fix that.
Ops 1, do you need to go northbound?
Yeah, I don't want to lose that time for sure.
You definitely don't. That all works into your 40 hours.
Yeah, the hood time's not the most fun. I'd rather have like true actual, yeah.
Yeah. Well, given if we hit the rainy season and you know you're still doing your IFR training, we should be able to find plenty of clouds to go through.
All right.
Like especially in the morning flights, the early mornings are super cloudy still.
All right.
How many times have you done an ILS like that? Or, I mean an approach with a glide slope with the vertical guidance?
In this airplane, probably just twice with Ryan, but you know, in the simulator I've done it, but not in real life, right?
I think you're doing fairly good, so I want to go into the introduction of how to properly load it into the Cirrus. It's actually a really convenient process because it helps you skip a couple of steps going into it. So that whole process where you load in your localizer frequency and you set your course and all that stuff, Cirrus does a lot of that for you.
Aircraft on Eastwood Tower.
So you can start introducing some of those shortcuts.
Eastwood Tower, November 922, Echo November. We're in Vans RV-12.
Gonna go ahead and switch tanks.
All right, good idea.
2,600.
922,
want to get an imbalance.
Squawk 5340.
Eastwood Tower, Squawk 5340. 922, Echo November.
To Echo November, report midfield left downwind, runway 17.
Report midfield, downwind 17.
As I switch it, fuel imbalance comes on.
Perfect.
I knew that was coming.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna get into cruise. I know the checklist, but... Bump off.
Alright, not bad, not bad. By the way, do you see that guy off your left? Looks like he's... Oh, there he is. About to cross under our
Yeah, I
wing.
see him down there.
Perfect. Alright, Patrick, put on your goggles again. And go on a... Wait, before I tell you to do that. Alright, good. Yeah, grab the yoke. The autopilot has come off because we've had an AHRS failure. So I want you to use your compass. I want you to use your compass and take me to a westward heading.
Okay, westward.
Alright. And hold 4,500 while you do this. Alright, so now, on this west heading, let's say, again, we had an AHRS failure, we don't really have an HSI. Let's say we need to make a turn to the north, 360, how would you do that?
I'm going to turn to the north, standard rate, go up to about 350, and then turn out at 350. And I should be pointed north at that point.
Now, we're doing a full 90-degree turn, right, from west to north?
What's that?
We're doing a full 90-degree turn, right, from west to north?
Right, to the right.
Right, so that's a whole 90-degree turn. So let's correct by, what's a third of 90?
Oh, I meant 330.
That's right, 330, yeah.
Yeah.
So we're going to undershoot north by 30 degrees.
Yeah, right.
All right, let's try and do it. And good catch. Look at that.
A little low.
Altitude, nice catch on the altitude, although this heading, you nailed it down pretty well. All right, show me a left turn to the west again.
2 Echo November, this be a full stop, sir?
2 Echo November, full stop, yes sir, midfield 417.
2 Echo November, clear to land, Romeo 17, the wind 1804, keep your pattern in close.
2 Echo November, keep pattern close, landing 17, full stop.
Watch that altitude.
Oh, yeah. Dropping. Whoa.
All right, let's take a different scenario. So this time you want to turn left on a heading, let me think. Left on a heading of 210. How would you do that turn?
All right, 210, so I'm going to turn to the left. I'd say I'd pull out around 22 or 225.
So 225. Now hold up now. So we're making a left turn, right?
Oh yeah. So I'm going south, so I'm actually going to go, you're going 210, so I'm going to pull out around 195 maybe?
195. I do it 190. Solid
Okay.
20 degree correction for a 60 degree turn.
Okay.
All right, let's go do a turn to a 190 on the compass. Let's see how that works out. And go back down to 45.
Yep.
Close, about 215, really close actually. Not bad. Yeah, so that's the important thing to remember. If you're going south, you're overshooting, you're going to go past it. If you're going north, you got to stop a little short. And again, if you're doing a 90-degree turn, you correct by 30. If you're doing a 60-degree turn, you correct by 20, and then 30-degree turns, you correct by 10.
Right.
Simple enough. All right, I'm going to give you back your, by the way, what did I turn off?
Turned off my HSI, my heading indicator.
Right, your heading indicator, your attitude indicator.
Right, attitude.
What's the piece of equipment that I actually turned off?
The AHRS.
The AHRS, the attitude and heading reference system.
Yep.
All right, you can continue going direct to Temple. Your autopilot should be working again. And as you turn, actually show me a descent down to 4,000 feet. All right, good. All right, not bad. Not bad at all. Now, I said we were going to play around a little bit with the additional equipment with the Cirrus.
Okay.
One of the first things we still want to do is get the weather. That way we can make a really strong commitment as to what approach we're doing into Temple.
Check November ground 128.7.
Our nav approaching you, flying departing runway 17. NOTAM, runway 35 ILS out of service. Falls in this contact. Give your information.
Now I think that's the weather for College Station. We're going to want to get it for Temple.
What is it?
Switch tower information calm 1953 Zulu. Wind variable.
Oh, I already,
visibly 10.
I'd already switched to it.
Celsius, dew point 22 Celsius, altimeter 3005. Remarks, density altitude 3,000. Ron Miller Municipal Airport, automated weather observation 2008 Zulu. Wind 170 at 11. Peak gusts 19er. Visibility 10. Sky condition scattered 5,500. Temperature 35 Celsius. Dew point 22 Celsius. Altimeter 3005. Remarks. Density altitude 3,000.
All right, nice. So we heard the weather. The weather conditions are 170, so we're fairly certain they're using runway 16, which means we can commit to the ILS for runway. Let me make sure I have the right airport here. For runway 16. Now, do you have the plate up for the ILS 15?
Full stop, Silver Jet Sky 455, taxi yellow, 16, Delta Alpha, Delta traffic.
Okay. All right. If you go to procedures and then approaches, you can see the ILS 15. Let's go ahead and use that.
Well, the traffic Cirrus A160.
All right, great. We have the plate up, so now we have the information we want. Now, let's play a little bit with the Cirrus's toys. You can actually, instead of going to the nav, wait, I want you to skip that step because I want you to show you a shortcut. Push that procedure button, and then select approach, push enter, and you're going to go into this page. You're going to notice that the airport has already been set to Temple because that's what we're going direct to, and we could actually load up the approach we want from this page. You see it has an ILS 15. Yep. Go ahead and push enter on that, and then it's going to ask you how you want to start it. I don't want to go all the way to Waco, so I'm going to go ahead and load up vectors to final, meaning that I'll be playing the part of air traffic control, and I'll send you into the final course so you can intercept it. Go ahead and push enter. All right, minimums. Grab your small FMS knob and twist it one to the right until it says baro. Right there, push enter. And this means that we get to set our barometric minimums. Essentially, we get to tell the airplane where we want to stop this approach. That way it sets a reminder for us to say, hey, do we want to go miss now or do we want to continue onto the runway? Do we have it in sight?
Right.
So our minimums are going to be on our approach plate. If you look downstairs, you're going to see the ILS minimums. That's what we want. And it's going to be 882. Let's go ahead and type in 882 and push enter. And let's go ahead and load that for now. We don't want to start it yet. Good. And now you'll notice that as part of our flight plan, now we have this whole route that spans this long line. So in addition to loading up your frequency up here, which you'll notice it's now 111.5, which is the frequency we want, it also puts a GPS overlay to kind of improve your situational awareness so you can see exactly what it's going to do.
Okay.
All right, we can go back to the home page for now. Yeah, so here shortly, I'll bring you in on the north of Temple so you can intercept that track and go inbound. And the rest of the approach is going to be very similar. It's just that the Cirrus is taking care of some of the steps for us. Just like now, it set our frequency for us, and once you swap over to the localizer, you'll notice that that final course down to the runway, it's already been set. So it should already be on a course of 160 when we get into it.
Okay.
Have you ever used the procedure button before?
No, I'm learning. Trying to learn about that now.
Hey, notice that the method we've been using to track localizers, to track back courses, that still works. This just makes it more convenient.
Right.
And it gives you more of a visual description as to what it's going to do.
Okay. Yeah, I like that.
Yep. And then you'll notice later on that once you load it up like this, even the autopilot can fly it, so you actually end up doing a lot of things, just monitoring them and really letting the autopilot fly a lot of it.
Yep.
It's going to be super fun.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to, getting into the guts of IFR, which is SIDS and stars and approaches. And
now the bad part about going into Georgetown is that it's a very tiny airport, so we actually use very few departures and arrivals. If you do want departures and arrivals, you either have to be going really far, or you have to go to somewhere very busy, like Dallas or Houston.
Right.
Then most of the time you'll get a departure and an arrival.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind flying to Houston sometime to try that during our training.
Absolutely. Yeah, the arrivals and the departures, we typically cover them near the end of the training. So whenever you enter your stage 3, our first flight's usually going to be something to Dallas, to Houston. We stop by, grab food somewhere, and then we come back. That way we get to...
So that's the long cross country?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. We try to make it a nice stop.
So is it 250 nautical miles for 3 airports out and then back?
So now, I believe the way it's worded is 250 nautical miles with 3 stops at different airports with 3 different types of approaches.
Right.
So we try to plan a route that will incorporate a GPS approach, a VOR approach, and an ILS approach.
Okay.
And by that point, you're seasoned enough that it's a nice flight. I'll check up on the regulator right now. I prefer to focus on this. Now let me pull up my map so I can give you some proper vectors to final.
Athens Airport, Tango Golf, turning final, warning.
ILS 15, vectors to final. Alright, at this point, air traffic control will probably tell you something along the lines of Cirrus 50 Mike Foxtrot, turn right on a heading of 320, vectors for final for the ILS 16, or 15, excuse me.
Turning right 320.
Yep.
Mike 050 Mike Foxtrot.
Excellent. That's the call you're going to want to make. And then you can put it on heading mode. Now you'll notice that at this moment we're not using the GPS any longer,
right,
to navigate our way there.
So we can load it.
So we can load vectors to final. So let's push that procedure button. And you're going to have a new option here that says activate vectors to final. Go ahead and push enter. Now this does a couple things. One, it changes the GPS to say, okay, you're no longer going to Temple. Now you just care about this line, this localizer. It also has automatically swapped from GPS mode to your localizer mode. So now you have your ILS, and you'll notice it is on the course we want at 160.
Okay,
so all that has been done automatically for them. I'm going to keep you on this heading until a little while longer, and then I'm going to kind of scoop you into the approach.
Okay. Where's the final approach fix? Is it this Angular, or is that your initial?
It's auger. So whenever you're getting vectors to final, whenever you're getting vectors to final, they're going to set you up somewhere behind the final approach fix, typically about 5 or 6 miles. And the Cirrus knows that. That's why whenever you activate vectors to final, it says, okay, the next point I care about is auger. So I'm going to put it right here, and I'm going to put it right here. So now our distance is from auger.
Oh, that's final approach fix. Yeah,
exactly, and it stands for final approach fix.
So we'll vector somewhere behind that.
Yes, you'll get vectors somewhere behind that. Sometimes in rare occasions there will be points behind the final approach fix that you get vectored to. So you always want to watch out for your altitudes. But typically it's the final approach fix.
Okay.
All this new stuff making sense?
Yeah, it totally does.
Yeah. Now you still have your distance from the airport, which is going to be it's going to be convenient whenever you're making your calls.
Yeehaw.
I know.
That's what my first instructor used to do on those. Is there a way to turn off this clutter or no?
Oh, that little white ring?
Well, all the towers.
Oh yeah, if you take off detail, you can declare.
Yeah.
Try to spot the airport.
Temple traffic, Luscombe is 5 miles south of the field inbound for landing Temple.
The field is VFR, so you can hear some people are going around the pattern.
Right.
So we're going to try to do this pattern as naturally as we can, and then if somebody's on final or somebody gets in our way, we're going to try to skirt around them.
Granbury,
Although most of the time people are pretty good at extending downwind or doing something to get out of the way of people doing the approach.
Right.
Alright, Cirrus 50, Mike Foxtrot, descend and maintain 3000.
Yeah, we're going to be picking up a patient down
Descend and
there.
maintain 3000, 50 Mike Foxtrot.
Excellent.
Yeah, I'll probably be there at least a half hour, 45 minutes anyway.
And you can go ahead and do a 500, something gradual, just so we can keep our speed up, keep the power in.
Number 16, touch and go, no traffic.
And Cirrus 50, Mike Foxtrot, turn 5 degrees right. I'm going to try to get you around some traffic.
Turning 5 degrees right, 50 Mike Foxtrot.
Some traffic, Sky 455, turning final for 16, some traffic.
I'm regional, Grandma 16, Papa X-ray on the 45 for the downwind 16.
Patrick, have you been watching people fly IFR on videos on YouTube?
A little bit, when I can.
Turning right face.
I noticed because you picked up on the calls quickly. It's going to be a lot like flight following, it's just that they're going to have a lot more instructions for you.
Yeah, there's definitely some that, oh, it's like, whoa. Yeah.
And pull back the power just a little bit to reduce the risk, so we don't go into the yellow.
Traffic Grandma 16, Papa X-ray, turning downwind 16, John regional, be a full stop landing.
Now that we're starting our descent, let's go ahead and do our descent checklist before we get too busy with the approach.
Okay.
Temple traffic, Luscombe is 1 mile south of the field. Crossing over to join left crosswind runway 16, Temple.
On system check. Sure is required. I'll go ahead and turn on the fuel pump.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do it.
Mixture.
Alright, altimeter we've already set, cabin heat, defrost, landing light, we're good on that. Alright. Great. The toughest call in IFR, or at least the one that people have the most trouble with, is that last call when you intercept final, because it sounds long, but really they're only trying to tell you 3 things. They're trying to give you an altitude, a heading, and a clearance. So you'll hear me say something like you'll hear me say something like Cirrus 50 Mike Foxtrot, you're 6 miles from Auger, turn to a heading of 190, maintain 2000 until established, clear for the ILS 15 approach into Temple. And really your mind should only grab onto 3 things. It should grab onto that heading, that altitude, and that clearance. And that's all you have to repeat. So once again, try to repeat that back to me. I'm going to say, Cirrus 50 Mike Foxtrot, 6 miles from Auger, turn to left to a heading of 190, maintain 2000 until established, clear for the ILS 15 approach into Temple.
Cirrus, turning left. Sorry. All right. Let's do that one more time.
Let's do that one more time again. Just grab onto these 3 bits of detail. Yep. Heading, altitude, repeat the clearance.
Okay.
Cirrus 50 Mike Foxtrot, you're 6 miles from Auger, turn left heading 190, maintain 2,000 feet until established, clear for the ILS 15 approach into Temple.
Turn 190, keep 2,000 feet until established for the runway for ILS 1550 Mike Foxtrot. Wasn't perfect.
Close, close. How I would repeat that is 190, 2000 until established, clear for the ILS 15.
Okay.
Boom, short and sweet. I know we're omitting like bits and pieces of the English language there.
Right.
But that's how you have to do it on the radio. We've got to save some bandwidth.
Turning left face runway 16, Temple.
I want you to focus on the localizer now because bits of it are new, or excuse me, the ILS. So I'll be handling the calls once we get further in.
Well, the traffic is 8160 Charlie is turning final 17 full stop Portland.
So when I got that call, I would turn 190 and then start to descend to 2000.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And in fact, Cirrus 50 Mike Foxtrot, descend down to 2000.
Descending down to 2000, 50 Mike
10 miles
Foxtrot.
south.
Temple traffic, welcome is final runway 16 Temple.
Downwind 18 Athens.
Now you'll notice that the altitude at Auger, I'm going to put you at 2000. But the altitude at Auger is 1,800. So once you do get established, you do have that 200-foot descent that you can make.
Right.
But what typically happens in an ILS approach is that glide slope happens so fast that you just wait for the glide slope and you come down with it. It's going to be exactly the same thing anyway.
Okay.
And your glide slope is that vertical navigation that's going to come up here in a second.
Right.
Alright, looks like we have identified the ILS, so it is working, it's operational, that's good. Alright, how far are we from the final approach? It's 4.5, I'm going to give you about 1.5 more miles to have some time to get set up.
Temple traffic, helicopter airlift 1 is inbound to McLean Children's. We're currently about 8 miles to the northeast, 1,500 feet, transitioning southbound along I-35. We'll be operating about 3 miles south-southeast of the airport, 500 feet and below Temple traffic.
Temple traffic, Scott, 455, turning final for 16, Temple traffic.
Alright, great. So I'm about to start giving you your final vectors. Once you start getting to this part of the approach, you want to slow down you want to slow the airplane down to about 120, just so you have enough room and time to actually intercept properly. Alright, disconnect the autopilot. Cirrus 50 Mike Foxtrot, turn left heading 240.
Turn left, turning, heading 240, 50 Mike Foxtrot.
Alright, Cirrus 50 Mike Foxtrot, 6 miles from Auger, turn left heading 210, maintain 2000 until established, clear for the ILS 15 into Temple.
210, maintain 2000, still established for the ILS on 15, 50 Mike Foxtrot.
Good call. Temple traffic, Cirrus 50 Mike Foxtrot, it's 9 miles north. We'll be doing a low approach on 15 for the ILS, Temple traffic. Alright, there's 2000, you want to hold that.
Athens area traffic.
Alright, nice, nice.
Entering left downwind 18 Athens.
Turned a little late.
It's alright, make sure you make a small correction, because these ILSs are super sensitive.
Okay.
Alright, now we're heading down to Auger. And Auger, like we said, is at or above 1800, so we could actually stay right here at 2000. Nothing wrong with staying at 2000. We just can't descend below 1800 quite yet.
Double traffic, stack 455, turn left crosswind for 16, double traffic.
Temple traffic, Cirrus 50, my Foxtrot's on a 6-mile final, 16, Temple. Alright, we can see our vertical path moving in.
Yep.
So what you want to do now is double check your fuel pump and your mixture at full rich.
Yep.
Go ahead and bring the power to 50%, and then add your first 50 degrees of flaps. Very good. And we're going to continue going forward until we capture that vertical guidance.
Okay.
Double traffic, 455, turn left downwind for 16, double traffic.
Boeing traffic 714, Foxtrot Whiskey's turning spiral into final runway 17 off the northwest end. Boeing traffic.
Alright, there's the glide slope. Start pushing forward and pull your power back to 25%, typically 25% and 100 knots. Holds the glide slope very nicely. Double traffic, Cirrus 50, my Foxtrot's on a 4-mile final, 16, Temple.
Altitude.
Alright, your glide slope's getting a little above you, so pull up. There you go, very small corrections at this point.
Boeing traffic 714, Foxtrot Whiskey's entering final for runway 17, Boeing traffic.
There's our outer marker, meaning we've crossed our final approach fix. Let's turn that off.
Double traffic, stock 455, the traffic on final or approach, we're going to extend our downwind for you. Double traffic.
Double traffic, Cirrus 50, my Foxtrot's on a 3-mile final, 16, touch and go. Thank you very much. Alright, cool. And we can keep going, we can keep going. Our minimums are 880, so we can still be blind throughout this whole thing.
Okay. And when do I pull my foggles off at 80?
I'm going to have you pull your foggles off at minimums. The worst conditions, super cloudy day.
Right. When do I add the second notch of flaps? Minimum?
When you see the runway.
Okay.
Alright, watch out that glide slope. It's a little higher.
Traffic, stock 455, turn left base for 16, touch and go, number 2, double traffic.
Alright, now it's getting below you. Squeeze out some power. Get nose down. Remember, these are really small corrections.
500.
It's an ever narrowing cone down to the runway. Alright, glide slope's below you. Push down. Alright, cool. Nice, good, good. Take off your foggles. Look outside, full flaps.
Full flaps.
Alright, then show me a touch and go. That was pretty good.
Traffic, stock 455, turning final for 16, touch number 2, double traffic.
And this point's a normal touch and go.
Minimums. Minimums.
Oh, it's a little wobbly.
Very
Plus
wobbly.
50. Bring the nose up, bring the nose up, bring the nose up.
I didn't like that.
That's kind of wobbly.
Miles to the north will be straight in for runway 16, Lakeway.
Seemed a little worse than before.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. It was supposed to be fixed. Now let's take a second look at it. If it ever does wobble like that, they'll usually a quick yank up. I don't know if it was a one-time thing. Sometimes it has weird days where it just needs a yank. Other days it's something more consistent.
That was good. I definitely was having a hard time tracking the line really well, but I'll get there.
I think for your first ILS, that went fairly well.
Yeah.
I think so. Plus, the ILS is really demanding, so it's good to do them because you start realizing that as you get closer, that window of opportunity keeps getting narrower and narrower, so every change you make is so important.
Right.
Alright. I think you did really, really good. I think you're going to do just fine on your stage 1. If you would like, we can start doing some hold practice to see how you do with that. Or
maybe we'll just call it.
Okay.
And just because I don't want to overwhelm myself before the stage check.
Sure, I understand. Leave the stage 2 stuff in stage 2.
Yeah.
Although that time I did kind of give you a sneak peek just because I felt you were doing really good. And it was in some way related to the stage 1 stuff.
Yeah, this was good. I enjoyed that for sure.
Yeah.
The hold stuff, I don't know if I'll be ready for it after the stage check.
Sure.
I'm going to just route us back or?
Sure, let's go ahead and route back. Alright, you're going to have to swap that back to GPS and then we can go back home. It's short trip, so 3,000, somewhere around there.
Lakeway traffic, Cirrus 123 Delta Hotel. It's on a 5-mile final for runway 16 on the eastern approach Lakeway.
I'm happy we did it just because that final call, boy, you got to practice it a couple times before you go on with air traffic control because it's a sight seeing students go like, heading 120, no 210, okay.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so that's why it's nice to do it with an instructor first. Oh, that's great news. Remember Troy, our mechanic?
07. Visual approaching you?
I think so. What happened?
He's the last mechanic we have, and he didn't have his IA, so he couldn't do annuals. And he just got it today. He got his
nice.
IA.
Double traffic, stack 455, turn left crossing for 16, double traffic.
Archer 02 Golf, you can expect that.
Roger that, 02 Golf.
Go ahead and pick up the weather.
Alright.
IFR aircraft, flies ground control, departure intentions. All aircraft, quantity engine run up, flies ground control prior to taxi. Flies missed contact, you have ATIS information, Oscar. Georgetown Airport, ATIS information, Oscar, time 1953 Zulu weather. Wind 180 at 11, gust 18, visibility 10. Sky conditions 4,900 scattered, ceiling 6,000 broken. Temperature 34, dew point 21, altimeter 3007. Visual approach and use line departing runway 18. Use caution for birds in the vicinity of the airport. VFR aircraft flies ground control, departure intentions.
Cherokee 1 Pop Alpha, turn left at Juliet and contact ground 190.12.
On Juliet.
Pull back the power to 75.
1 Pop Alpha.
We're 6 Whiskey, make left close traffic, runway 18, clear takeoff.
Left close traffic, runway 18, clear takeoff, 600.
Thanks, and I actually see an airplane down by Salado, so I'm going to switch over to their CTAF. Just because they have all that annoying parachuting. Once we cross that airport and we realize there's no parachuters, we'll swap back to Georgetown.
Okay. So, where's it's CTAF for what?
So Salado has a little parachute area.
Yep.
And their CTAF is 1229.
Okay.
So they are
don't
dropping
talk
people.
Austin approach.
They talk to Gray approach and they talk
Gray
on their own
approach.
CTAF.
Okay.
They'll announce it at both. the same guy too, flying his Caravan. That's also typically what happens in any untowered airport that does skydiving. They'll announce it on their CTEF and then they'll swap over and they'll announce it on the local approach frequency.
Alright. That's the airport there, 2TX.
Yeah, that's Lato.
Mason County, Skyhawk 737, Tango Yankee, 10 miles to the northeast, inbound for runway 18, full stop, Mason County.
Do you ever announce to them that you're flying through their airspace?
No, it's not necessary.
Oh, okay.
They'll make various calls before they skydive, like they start 10 minutes beforehand.
Do they have published times that they do?
I think they do, but you have to request them from either the local airport manager or something like that. Oh, and you can pop the circuit breaker back in for your ARS one.
Okay. I got it. I don't feel any out.
Yeah.
No.
Gonzales traffic, Skyline 735, kilo departing area to the...
Did I miss it?
Gonzales.
I think you got it. It's
just not updated.
Yeah, it's starting up. And sometimes they'll have trouble starting up in the air if they're not still.
Call Roman Municipal Archer 660, Alpha Alpha, west, crosswind runway 15, west east. Caldwell.
Give them a call at 15.
Georgetown?
What's that?
You mean Georgetown, you're going to call them at 15?
At 15, yeah.
Alright. Yeah, whenever you reach 15, you can swap back to them.
Oh, yeah.
Call Roman Municipal Archer 660, Alpha Alpha, west, downwind runway 15, Caldwell.
Well, it's not sounding like they're doing a whole lot of jumping today. Maybe the clouds prevented it. Or maybe they just don't get a whole lot of business on, what is it, Thursday?
Yeah, Thursday.
Thursday.
Yeah. Georgetown Tower, Cirrus, November 50 Mike Foxtrot, 15 miles to the north, inbound for landing, full stop, and we have information Oscar.
Cirrus 50 Mike Foxtrot, squawk 0613.
0613, 50 Mike Foxtrot.
Berlin 8 Tango Alpha, heading 240, maintain 3000, contact Austin departure 119.0.
3000, 240, departure.
Cirrus 50 Mike Foxtrot, make straight, runway 18, and you say you had Oscar?
Yes, we have Oscar straight in for 1850 Mike Foxtrot. Yes, saw that bird.
I had another student call me out on that. He said it's funny that how every time I see a bird, I see your hand jolt to the yoke, and I'm like, yeah, what do you want me to do? I don't want to hit it.
Yeah, I know.
There's the airport. I was having a really hard time seeing it this morning. I don't know why.
Kind of veer over to get on, so I'll be more straight in.
Yeah. So
I feel like this was a good flight. I really enjoyed it and learned a lot.
I think so too. I really liked how it went. The DME arc, the stalls, the compass turns went alright. I think you're going to do really, really well on your stage 1.
Cool.
I think whoever you go to is going to be real happy. And after that, we get to do holds.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to stage 2. Looks like the guts of IFR is stage 2.
It is. It really is. Stage 1 is kind of just getting you used to flying around with the foggles. Then you got this big old stage 2, which takes up a large majority of it. And then stage 3.
6 Mike Whiskey, turn left there at Juliet.
Stage 3 is just doing the long cross country, arrivals and departures, a couple of flights to get you freshened up, and then you do your check ride.
Alright.
So the guts is stage 2, because it involves all the important stuff like approaches, like holds, how to do a mist properly, bunch of crap.
Alright.
And just like, actually, never mind. You did most of your training over there. We prefer if you have your written done by stage 2. So once you get your stage 1 done, focus on that.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna really be hitting the books.
I had a student tell me, this test is discriminatory, and I said, what do you mean by that? And he says, well, I fly a glass cockpit, and none of the pictures on this test are at glass. They're all old Cessnas. I have no idea what they're telling me.
Oh, jeez.
And I said, oh, okay, I guess in that sense it kind of is.
Yes, you need to be able to do both, though, because he needs to be able to read
Those,
standard 6-pack, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
Whoops. 1800.
Northtown Tower, 6 Mike Whiskey, hold shot 18, ready to go.
So 6 Mike Whiskey, make left close traffic, runway 18, clear for takeoff.
Left close traffic, runway 18, clear for takeoff, 6 Mike Whiskey.
And this is just going to be a series of full stops, taxi backs?
Roger, doing 3 of them.
Okay.
Alright. Trying to make this one kind of like a soft landing where we keep the nose off.
Okay, yep.
And we'll see if it does it again. If it does it again, then it's an actual thing we have to look at. And if it doesn't, then it was just a fluke. Either way, I'm going to ask Reagan to look at it.
So 0 Mike Foxtrot, runway 18, clear to land.
Clear land, runway 1850 Mike Foxtrot. Like so far out.
Yeah. It must be real slow at Georgetown. Surprisingly so, they cleared us to land this far out.
I know. That's what I was thinking.
It's typically not this empty.
Just 6 Mike Whiskey, number 2 behind a Cirrus on a 2-mile funnel.
Number 2, looking for traffic, 6 Mike Whiskey. Traffic inside, 6 Mike Whiskey.
This is 6 Mike Whiskey, number 2 behind that Cirrus, runway 18, clear to land.
Number 2, runway 18, clear to land.
500.
Towers, 18 Whiskey, 15 to your northwest, going in for a full stop.
Is that Cessna 8 Lima Whiskey?
18 Lima Whiskey, yes.
Check runway.
Cessna 8 Lima Whiskey, squawk 0624.
0624, Whiskey.
Minimums.
Careful of the nose, careful of the nose.
Yep.
That's better.
I'm not going to make 2 yet.
Alright.
Mr. Mike Foster, going back to Genesis or the fuel pumps?
Genesis, please.
50 Mike Foster, turn right on runway 29er and contact ground 119.12.
Right on 29, contacting ground. 50 Mike Foxtrot.